Hello, my name is Gabe Gibson, and this is my presentation for my current events presentation assignment in my physical geography class that I'm taking this semester. So we're going to be talking about the Saharan dust. Now, what is the Saharan dust? Well, first off, we got to tackle that first part of the name, Saharan. It comes from the Sahara Desert in northern Africa. It's the largest desert in the world. It's the largest hot desert in the world. It's the third largest desert in total in the world. It's in a B climate, like the Köppen climate, like systems and like mapping that we were talking about in class. Hot desert subclimate there, not like subclimate, like hot desert. The subclimate is the hot desert climate. Um, and so when you look at this on this picture, you might think this is sand, but it's not actually sand. Sand is like too heavy for the winds to pick up normally. So when you think of a sandstorm, you might be thinking, like, because you've heard that before, whether it's a move from a Pokemon or you've known things from geography. You think of it as a sandstorm, but this isn't actually sand. That's a different thing. This dust is actually usually dried sediments or minerals. Kind of like like those really, like, sometimes you'll see like those clear beads in the sand, stuff like that. Um, but like smaller stuff like that. Since it's so light, it can be carried over 100,000 miles, give or take. That's how it can spread so far, and it's affected by the rainfall in Africa, but northern Africa so kind of like the Mediterranean coming down into northern Africa. That can affect how much there is. So why does the Saharan dust happen? Well, it happens because of the winds. So you have the northeasterly trade winds that take it around here, as the arrows show, towards through the Atlantic towards the Americas. And then you have the westerlies, which can pick up some of the Saharan dust right here in, I believe, Morocco. Sometimes these can like mix, and so if it goes like this, it can catch up into these winds, and these winds can take it up into Europe, as you'll see in a bit. And this usually starts around mid-June or so and lasts till about mid-August. So not too terribly long, but it does affect things, as we're going to be talking about on this slide. Where does it go? The most important thing, because it's 180 million tons about every year of this dust that is traveling across the globe. As you can see, a lot of it falls in the ocean, which we will be talking about at the end of this presentation. But when it makes landfall, it lasts for about a week. Obviously, if there's more of it, it's going to last longer than that. But usually when it hits the Americas, Central America, the Caribbean, Northern South America, and then the South North America, or the Southern United States, it's going to last for about a week. So the effects, it can cause allergy-like symptoms and even COVID-like symptoms. There's an article that I found from a Houston hospital that was warning people about the Saharan dust and not to confuse it with COVID-19. Because the air quality is getting better since not as many people are outside anymore. Obviously, not now, but when the article was written around like March, April, May of 2020, when COVID first hit the United States and was really in full force. Not saying it isn't now, but that's a topic for another day. They were like, hey, it's okay to be outside and to, get your exercise in, but just to warn you, there is a Saharan dust that's coming, and your mask can actually protect you from the Saharan dust, but it will cause allergy and COVID-like symptoms with the shortness of breath, the coughing. Definitely something that isn't tiny. You wouldn't really think of it as something like to be worried about. But when it does hit, the southern United States, because some of it does, as you can see here, it can affect just a little bit of everywhere. It's not really going to hit us, at least not as hard as it's going to hit the southern United States, but it is possible. So part two, where does it go? So in 2021, it was actually the westerlies had taken it all the way up north as far as Scandinavia. So like Norway, Sweden, Finland, they were getting hit with the Saharan dust. And I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to say that this is something that you could probably look into for like a case study or to look deeper into. The effects of Saharan dust, not only on like a person, but on the southern United States, because We do have some farms in Texas, Oklahoma. We have the swamps in Florida. Like oranges and the fruits that we grow down there. So that is something that be interesting to see how the Saharan dust affects America. So we've been kind of talking about the negatives. What are the positives? Well, unfortunately, there's only one that I could really find that I thought was really important, and is that it offers the oceans, mainly just the Atlantic, key nutrients. Since it is dust, it's made up of minerals and sediments. It gives the oceans iron, which is actually fairly important to their ecosystems. So yeah, that's my presentation. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was interesting, and I hope that this encourages you to look farther into it or things related to it. Thank you.